Here we go. This is a big one. So I've reacted to part 1 and part 2 of Morgoth. We're waiting for 150 subscribers, which we are so close for part 3. So subscribe to the channel. But in that part 2, it may have been part 1. No, it was part 2. There was an amazing part of it where there was a guy called FINGOLFIN. I'm hoping this is the video. And he just straight went up to Morgoth and was like, yo, 1v1 me, bro. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that is one of the coolest parts of lore since watching any Lord of the Rings lore video I've ever seen. Like, jeez. The guts on this guy to just go to Morgoth and be like 1v1 me. And I swear Morgoth had dragons and like wargs and I don't know what he had. He could have just been like, no. Just, yeah. So this is going to be amazing. I can't wait to watch this. So this is the Duel of Fingolfin and Morgoth brought to life. Be sure to like and subscribe. At 250 subscribers, we get the Hobbit reaction. I've never watched The Hobbit before. Just a little bit of it. Didn't really enjoy it, so ended up not watching it. I'll be honest, I didn't really give it a chance because I compared it to Lord of the Rings too much. So, let's get into this. Duel of Fingolfin and Morgoth brought to life.
During the days of Beleriand, in the first age of Middle-earth, elves, men, and the other free peoples battled Morgoth, the first Dark Lord and the foe of the world. Among the resistance against him, Fingolfin, the son of Finwë, and the High King of the Noldor stood strong and tall. He led the siege of Angband for many centuries. Before the siege...
Just FYI, let me know if you guys would like to see me react to the Noldor. I'm not sure. I always hear about the Noldor. I don't know if that was like a council of elves or what. But let me know good videos to watch regarding that. Let's get into this.
The siege was ended in Dagor Bragolok, the Battle of the Sudden Flame.
Excuse me.
In desperation, sorrow, vengeance, and justice, Fingolfin rode forth at the end of the battle, while his allies and kin fled the onslaught, to challenge the Dark Lord himself. With his steed Ro-Kalor and his sword Ringil, the hero of the Free Peoples never returned to command the Noldor again.
Damn.
Hence are his deeds told in a direct quote from the chapter of the Ruin of Beleriand and the Fall of Fingolfin in the Silmarillion. Now news came to Hithlum that Dorthonion was lost, and the sons of Finarfin overthrown, and that the sons of Feanor were driven from their lands. Then Fingolfin beheld, as it seemed to him, the utter ruin of the Noldor, and the defeat beyond redress of all their houses, and filled with wrath and despair,
look at that,
mounted upon Ro-Kalor, his great steed, and rode forth alone, and none might restrain him. He passed over Dur New Fogleath like a wind amid the dust, and all that beheld his onset fled in amaze, thinking that Arome himself was come, for a great madness of rage was upon him, so that his eyes shone like the eyes of the Valar.
Damn.
Thus he came alone to Angband's gates, and he sounded his horn, and smote once more upon the brazen doors, and challenged Morgoth to come forth to single combat. And Morgoth came. That was the last time in those wars that he passed the doors of his stronghold, and it is said that he took not the challenge willingly. For though his might was greatest of all things in this world, alone of the Valar he knew fear. But he could not now deny the challenge before the face of his captains, for the rocks rang with the shrill music of Fingolfin's horn, and his voice came keen and clear down into the depths of Angband. And Fingolfin named Morgoth Craven, and Lord of Slaves. Therefore Morgoth came, climbing slowly from his subterranean throne, and the rumor of his feet was like thunder underground. And he issued forth, clad in black armor, and he stood...
Mate, his armor, the art they do for his armor is so badass. Like, it makes Sauron look like an NPC. Like, damn.
Before the king like a tower, iron-crowned, and his vast shield, sable unblazoned, cast a shadow over him like a storm cloud. But Fingolfin gleamed beneath it as a star, for his mail was overlaid with silver, and his blue shield was set with crystals. And he drew his sword Ringil, that glittered like ice. Then Morgoth hurled aloft Grond, the hammer of the underworld, and swung it down like a bolt of thunder. But Fingolfin sprang aside, and Grond rent a mighty pit in the earth, whence smoke and fire darted. Many times Morgoth essayed to smite him, and each time Fingolfin leapt away, as a lightning shoots from under a dark cloud. And he wounded Morgoth with 7 wounds, and 7 times Morgoth gave a cry of anguish, whereat the hosts of Angband fell upon their faces in dismay, and the cries echoed in the Northlands. But at the last, the king grew weary, and Morgoth bore down his shield upon him. Thrice he was crushed to his knees, and thrice arose again, and bore up his broken shield and stricken helm. But the earth was all rent and pitted about him, and he stumbled and fell backward before the feet of Morgoth. And Morgoth set his left foot upon his neck, and the weight of it was like a fallen hill. Yet with his last and desperate stroke, Fingolfin hewed the foot with Ringil, and the blood gashed forth black and smoking, and filled the pits of Grond. Thus died Fingolfin, High King of the Noldor.
What a hero, bro. 100%, 100% expect a video about Fingolfin very soon. Wow. Wow.
Most proud and valiant of the elf kings of old.
So
Orcs
good.
made no boast of that duel at the gate. Neither do the elves sing of it, for their sorrow is too deep.
Wow.
Yet the tale of it is remembered still, for Thorondor, king of the eagles, brought the tidings to Gondolin, and to Hithlum afar off. And Morgoth took the body of the elven king, and broke it, and would cast it to his wolves. But Thorondor came hasting from his eyrie among the peaks
Let's
of the
go.
Cressigrim, and he stooped upon Morgoth, and marred his face. The rushing of the wings of Thorondor was like the noise of the winds of Manwë. And he seized the body in his mighty talons, and soaring suddenly above the darts of the orcs, he bore the king away. And he laid him upon a mountaintop that looked from the north upon the hidden valley of Gondolin.
Just, oh man, may he rest in peace. His writing, J.R.R. Tolkien's writing for this scene, like, wow, like, just the whole scene is just unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. I'm genuinely speechless watching this. Genuinely. Normally I'd pause and talk a lot.
And Turgon coming built a high
It's
cairn
too
over
good.
his father. No orc dared ever after to pass over the mount of Fingolfin, or draw nigh his tomb, until the doom of Gondolin was come, and treachery was born among his kin. Morgoth went ever halt of 1 foot after that day, and the pain of his wounds could not be healed, and in his face was the scar that Thorondor made. Thus ends the direct quote of the account of the fall of Fingolfin, as told in the Silmarillion. From this encounter we see true courage to face those that would harm our kin and the world itself. Sometimes such courage is needed to stand against oppressors.
100%.
Hey guys, Yoiston here, and I hope...
That was amazing. Oh my god. Let me know if you guys want to see a video about Fingolfin. Wow. Wow. That whole paragraph is one of my favorites from any book ever. I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. Fingolfin was able to take on a Valar in single combat. That's one dude you don't want to mess with, bro. This would be such an epic fight to make in a TV show or a movie. Greatest fight in the history. Genuinely, And I know people are going to be like, don't touch the Silmarillion, it's too much. But, like, once again, you know, just selfish thoughts. This and Sauron and Finrod's battle. Turns out, if you've got the name Finn at the beginning of your name in Lord of the Rings, you're just automatically a badass. Then again, someone in the comments going to be like, well, don't forget about Finwestal or something. He murdered people. I don't know. I just made that name up. But yeah. Fingolfin was such a badass, bro. Faced the greatest evil at all time, had no fear. When he went down with style. Morgoth was left with a victory no one celebrated, with a scar and a wound that never healed. Let's go, man. Your storytelling is unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. I hope you guys enjoyed that. 250 subscribers, Hobbit reaction. First time ever. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and let me know down in the comments what else you'd like me to react to. Peace out and God bless.